Hey, what's up, gamers? All right, so it's the end of the year. All right, we're all anticipating season 6. We can't. What the fuck is that? We're all anticipating season 6. Can't wait for season 6. It's that point in the year where Smite's just like, oh god, I've been on season 5 for a whole year. It's not. I need something new, please, dear God. So then we'll get season 6, and I'll be happy for another month or two, and then I'll be depressed again. So yeah, the cycle continues. All right, so for season 6, there's been a couple things already confirmed. The changes that Hi-Rez is gonna do, and I kind of wanted to scroll over them real fast because some of the things are what I want and have wanted for a while now. And then after that, we can get into what I want to see more from Hi-Rez in season 6. So one of the things Hi-Rez is doing is they are making Gold Fury worth more than just gold, which is really important because mid to late game, Gold Fury is not that important. Sure, gold is nice, but once you all get full build, it's useless. That objective is virtually useless. So they're changing it to either have some kind of second buff or whatnot. So instead of only contesting Fire Giant, late game, you can actually contest Gold Fury or contest Fire Giant instead of just only contesting Fire Giant all the time and ignoring Gold Fury. It's actually funny right now, late game, if you do Gold Fury and they have it warded, it's actually a mistake. You get punished for doing the objective because they're just gonna go do Fire Giant for free, and that obviously needed to change. Fire Giant's gonna get buffed. Also, it's not gonna be a pussy anymore. It's gonna give a little bit of stronger buff in the enhanced Fire Giant state, and the lava pools are back, and I have died to those fucking lava pools a lot of times. So, I'm kinda glad they're back because it's a little bit more interactive than just the knock-up and whatnot. They're also adding a completely new objective to solo lane. So instead of solo laners being like, hey team, how you doing over there? You good? You want me to rotate? No? Are you sure? I can rotate. No? Just keep farming? Okay. So instead of that, there's gonna be, you know, something valuable, a buff on that side of the map. They haven't decided what it's gonna be yet, but just something to make that lane more interesting because that might be the worst role in the game right now. Like, oh, I love solo lane, ooh. Yeah, that's great, but for everybody else that doesn't really play that much, you sit there and you farm and try to fight the other person. Bam, once they have 1 or 2 tank items, you will never kill them, ever again. And it's just pointless, unless you get a gank, but there's not really a point to gank over there anyways, because there's no fucking important buffs over there anyways. Okay, I'm done. Hate solo lane. And of course, the biggest change, and probably the most important one, is cross-platform play. Thank you, Lord. Except for PS4, because Sony hates you guys, so that sucks. So now, PC players, Xbox players, and Nintendo Switch players will all be able to play together, regardless of what platform you're using. This is really important for boosting Smite's player base and kind of bringing the community together as a whole. So now we can all complain about the UI together and how terrible it is. So that's cool.
No.
And that brings me into the part of the video where we talk about what I want, because I matter. First thing, please polish the UI. I mean, you had to expect that in here, right? Because that looks like you're polishing a turd. It looks fucking bad, Hi-Rez. I don't know, it's bad. Just fix it, please. Fix all of it. There's little parts of that UI that are good. All right, now we're at that point where we have 100 gods. Now, you know, some of the older gods are not good anymore just because they're old and their kits haven't been, you know, redefined. Let's take a break from pumping out a new god every 2 weeks, and let's go back and make some changes to the old ones that are boring and need them. There are some gods that just, who the fuck plays them? Nobody plays them. Osiris, ew, boring. And on top of those changes, include some passive changes. Passives can be a really fun part of the game because it can dictate how you build that character. It can lead into new build ideas and branch out a whole bunch of ways. Like, look at Kukulkan. His passive is he gets more power the more mana he has. So he can build items you normally don't build on other mages on him, and it works out better. I want more of that type of stuff. I don't want Hachiman's passive. That shit is boring. If you didn't know Hachiman's passive, it is that he gets MP5. after he hits people or something. I don't remember. It's boring. Either way, it's boring. Nobody fucking cares about that passive. It's stupid and boring. I would rather have a very unique, fun passive than a very boring, useful passive any day. The next thing I want for ranked is dynamic cues. I've heard rumors that this is coming, and I think it's coming, but I'm not for sure. And I just want to reiterate the fact that I want dynamic cues. If you don't know what those are, League of Legends already does this. Essentially what it is you pick a role and you pick another role. And no matter what, you get one of those two roles. It's like, soloDoubleJ player base isn't big enough. No. It's not big enough. I have never heard that before. I think I dissed myself. I did. Okay, whatever. Yeah, that's why there is a fill option. You pick your main role, your second role, you can pick fill and just get in a match and pick anything. I love fill. Fill's great. And there you go, there's the answer. I guarantee you it's gonna be about the same queue times. We already wait 8 minutes. How much longer could it go up? Next thing I wanna see from Smite is some tower changes, please. I don't like them. If somebody dives a tier 2 tower when the tier 1 tower is still up, I don't think it should do the same amount of damage as just a tier 1 tower. Why can't you make it like a buffed so it does double damage or something? Because clearly that person diving the tier 2 tower when there's a tier 1 tower still up, they shouldn't be there, right? And they should get punished for doing something really dumb, but the game just kind of goes, nah, you're cool. Just fucking go with it, man. Yeah, but our towers suck, so just fucking walk out of it. Take 7 tower shots, you're fine. So at least buff the towers that, if there's a tower in front of it, buff the one behind it. That's all I ask. And also, Phoenix camping is really fucking boring. So nerf the Phoenix's HP back to 2,000 or 2,500. It's at 3,000 right now. It takes you so fucking long to kill the Phoenix. Or wait, no, maybe it's at 2K. I don't, no, I just looked it up. Yeah, it's at 3K. It's at 3K damage. And the way there's no backdoor, you can't use your own minions to get rid of backdoor protections and all that shit. It just takes way too fucking long to get Phoenixes. At that point in the game where you've got Fire Giant and it's a 5v5 team fight, the strategy is to play like an absolute pussy and hide under Phoenix. That's not very fun. At that point in the game where you've probably won a team fight, got Fire Giant, you should be winning the game right then and there, pretty much. Obviously, there needs to be some counterplay to stop snowballing and stuff, but giving that Phoenix 3k HP is not it. It just makes a very boring meta, and it benefits people that are playing really passively and defensively over people that are going aggressive and potentially getting objectives and making the right plays. Next thing I want is unique items. Please, give me some more items, more toys to play around with. I need some weird shit. Items that just like, why would you ever do that kind of a thing? I want to be able to slap some weird ass items on a character and say, hey, here's my build, what you gonna do about it? I like what they did with the masks. With the mask, that's a good step. I want to see more items that have downsides as well as good benefits to them. I like that idea a lot. What I don't like is stacking items, because those are boring as fuck. Stacking is not a fun game mechanic at all. It's literally just killing minions over and over. That's not fun. No more stacking items. We don't need more. They're already very strong. Let's get some unique items up in this bitch so I can make more clickbait videos, please. Thank you. Now, this next one, some people are gonna be mad at, and I get it, all right? I get it. You might be a little bit angry at me for saying this, but we need to get rid of some game modes. We really do. We got about 8 different game modes, and the player base just spreads out between all the game modes, and that's not necessarily a good thing. Siege, I love it to death. Keep Siege, because I like Siege. Clash, you could get rid of Clash. I'd be okay with that, but I understand a lot of people play it, so probably gonna have to keep Clash. And you know, I don't know what game mode you should end up cutting, but you should probably cut at least like 2 game modes, which might make a lot of people sad. It's gonna be me, because they're gonna cut Siege, but I think it needs to happen. And the last thing is I want some fun match of the day game modes. Does anybody play match of the day? Does anyone? Because they're not fun. They're like, oh, extra cooldown, right? Oh, that's fun. They have the technology. We've seen it. That one character can play as the fucking Fire Giant. and go around and kill everyone. We could do like a raid boss thing with one person fire giant, everybody else has to kill the fire giant. You could do hide and seek. You could do so many different ideas with match of the day, but they don't. They're just boring. They're like, oh, cooldown or gold or something. They're just boring. So make some fun match of the days, and I might actually play match of the day once in a while. So that is it for me, boys. That's kind of my wish list at the moment. I'm sure I'm forgetting something, but that's okay. That's why I wanted Season 6. I feel like they can do a lot of good learning their mistakes, building upon the game from Season 5 to Season 6. Let's see, Hi-Res, please, bring it home. For once, one time, I want you guys to deliver something I'm excited for, instead of just getting excited, going into the game, and then just like 17,000 bugs that make the game enjoyable. I just want one good, polished release. Don't care if it has to take another week, another 2 weeks, another month. Just make it good. So thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed this video. It helps me out with the YouTube algorithm and whatnot now that it's screwing me over. Remember, hit the bell too. Check out, if you want to send me something in the P.O. box, send me something. It'll be down below. Check out my Twitter, Discord, Instagram. Wow, I have a lot of shit that I just plug. Just click all the buttons. All right, thank you guys for watching.